Hi, one person. How are you? Thought I'd come on for a few minutes before I start filming my home decor for fall. Not going to stay on long. I'll give it a couple more minutes. If no one comes on, I'll just get off and film. As usual, this is impromptu. I never know when I'm going to go on. Angie, you have one. It's right there. Get yours. It's right there. Hi, one person who's here. Hello. Who's here? Hi, three people. Hi, Lynn. How are you? What's new in your world? Hi, three people. Come on in. I'm not going to keep you long. I just came in to say hi, see what everybody's doing before I start filming my decor in the house. Hi, Maria. How are you? Lynn and Maria, are you new to my channel, or have you been here before? Three people, if you could give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it, or down, whichever way you want to go. Helps with the old ago, as in rhythm. What's new in your world, Maria? What are you and Lynn today? Oh, do you have to pick him up from school? Thank you. Actually, I got to film what I did decorate. I didn't decorate nearly like I normally do, but I will put up what I have what I have decorated. Oh, you have, Maria? Oh, is this the first time? Because your name doesn't look familiar to me as far as lives Hey, Flor, how are you? What's new and exciting in your world? Well, I'm glad you've come in, Maria, and I'm glad you've looked at some of my videos. Actually, I'm getting ready the end of the week. Well, maybe Thursday. Well, it's the end of the week. I'm going to start I don't know if it'll be Thursday or Monday next week. I'll take this stuff down and I'm going to start putting my Christmas up. You're getting better. Oh, okay, Maria. Have you been sick, Flor? I had a terrible night last night. I felt really achy. I had surgery on my one knee years ago for a torn meniscus. And the knee, when you have, well, any of you that have knee problems, you probably know this, but your knee will fill up with fluid because the fluid tries to take care of the knee. Well, now I've got it in both, so to try to walk sometimes is very hard. But I started getting achy, like a flu ache, that type of achy. And then started getting like chills a little bit. It didn't last long, and then all of a sudden I got really hot. And I thought, am I coming down with the flu? Is there a flu going around? Hi, Jay. So when you say you're getting better, were you feeling sick, Florida? Because, last night, in the middle of the night when I woke up, I would have sworn I was starting to get the flu. But today, I don't feel, well, I still don't feel right. You know what I mean? I still feel like, I can't describe it. I just know that I'm not feeling 100%. You call it the John Wayne. Do you have problems with your knees, Jay? Oh, you've just been exhausted for days? Yeah, I get like that too. Really, Lynn? You go back that far? You need to say something once in a while so I can acknowledge you guys. I appreciate you for 6 years. That's great. You and Maria, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to do, like I said, when I get off here, I'm going to just videotape what I have decorated. Like I said, I didn't do like I normally do. But Christmas, I'm changing up the family room this year. So that'll be fun. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Yeah, see, I'm so hesitant to do another surgery on the same knee because I know what happens. Once you keep doing that and once you keep shaving down that tear in the meniscus, you end up where you have nothing to, what am I trying to say? You have nothing to buffer, and it becomes bone on bone, and I don't want that. And that's why because a lot of times I'll have a flare up and then it'll go away. This time it's lasted for quite a while, and it's a drag because the other knee is starting. Normally I only have to deal with my left knee, but the right knee is starting to give me a little bit of a problem, which the doctor told me. He said, normally when you have a tear in one, you're going to get it in the other. Why, I don't know. But he said, you know, no doubt you'll be back in here for the other one. Well, I don't want to do it if I don't have to, you know what I mean? So I keep trying to just truck through it, you know? But when you got both of them going on, it's really hard to walk. But I don't know. I am going to get a hand massager. Amazon's going to be having some good deals tomorrow. The 7th and 8th. Why, I don't know. I don't know why tomorrow. But anyway, the 7th and 8th. And I'm hoping that this massager it will go on sale. And they use it like in sports clinics. And I need to get circulation into these legs, you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to do that. Hi, Pussycat, how are you? Yeah, Florida. I guess that's what it is, because it said tomorrow and the 7th and 8th, they're supposed to have good sales. Do you have problems too, Lynn, with yours? Yeah, it's a drag. It really is. I remember when it first, before I had the surgery, I could not believe the pain I was in. And I have a really high tolerance to pain, thank God. But I'll tell you what, that knee before surgery hurt so bad. I mean, it would reduce me to crying. I mean, it hurt so bad. I could not get comfortable no matter what I did. So it isn't like that now, thank God. But there's times that my knee will buckle under me, you know, and I feel like, crap, if I wasn't holding on like to the staircase to the banister, not the banister, but you know, the railing, I would have gone down because my knee would give out on me. I am, you know what? I'm going to get a compression pant. You know, they're like leggings, but they're compression. And all I keep thinking is, I went to Hobby Lobby the other day, and it was the first time I've been back. Okay. I was back one time after I retired, okay, and that was last September. I just went there last week, Friday, and it had been a year, a little bit over a year. And because I got some gift cards for my birthday at my party, and so I went and got some stuff that I wanted to redecorate with for Christmas, the gingerbread that I was telling you about. And then they said, hey, do you want to come back? I said, no, I don't. I said, did I answer you too quick? No, never. Never, ever do I want to come back. They go, we'd hire you in a minute. And I said, well, that's sweet, but I don't want to come back. Just the thought, when I walked through that door, just the thought of having to be on my feet as much as I was, because you don't sit down, okay? Except when you go on your break. There's no way. There is no way I could do that again. At DSW, comfortable ones, Pussycat? Okay, yeah, it's Prime Days. Yeah, I'm going to wait till tomorrow because hopefully it'll go on sale. No, I don't use a cane, but you know what? I think I'm going to be getting to the point I might have to if it gets much worse. But they have compression like leggings, but they really compress. So I'm going to get a pair of those. And I'm also going to get, like I said, that massager. And I can't remember what oil it is that I looked at, but it's supposed to help with the legs as well. And so if I massage that into my legs and around the knee, I think it might help. Yeah, the shoes, I'm going to look into that too. But yeah, you know what? Crap, it's just, well, here we are. But yeah, when your knees aren't working good, that's a drag. And I can feel the fluid in my leg around my knee, because when I bend my knee, it feels like my knee's going to bust because it's got that fluid in it. Hi, Jenny. It's 5:30 in the morning there. Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, I hope you have a wonderful morning. It's 11:35 here in the morning still, almost noon. I think that's what Florida has. Isn't that the shoes you have, Florida? Oh, there's a proper way to walk with it. Come to think of it, my grandmother had a cane. I just remembered that. How the heck did I forget that? Wait a minute, why did she walk with... But she didn't walk with the cane. I can't remember why... what the reason was now. I know her knees hurt, but her knees were from an accident that she had when she was in her 40s. She was in an accident and the car rolled, and she was in an area where there was no one around, and she laid there, I can't remember how many hours, and two young kids finally walked by and they saw her and they went and got help. But what happened when she rolled it, it just was sick. It was sickening because she had two scars around each knee, all the way around. Okay, now you got to remember, this happened back in I think this was in the 30s, late 30s. And both of her knees, the kneecaps, the knees, shoved up into her thighs. Think about that for a minute. And she laid there for hours in that car because there was no one around. So when they got her to the hospital, they had to get her knees down. Well, anyway, she had really serious surgery on her knees, but she walked fine, because I remember, because she was a nurse. She was an RN. And she walked fine. But now that you mention it, I remember that cane, but I can't remember when that cane came into play. She had to have been in her 70s at that point. But now that's going to bug me, because when you said cane, it just made me remember that. Hi, Holly. You had Holly, are you new here? Okay, I'm reading what everybody put. Okay, yeah, it is Florida. That's what I thought. Maybe balance. I feel like I need night. I have to step outside. I feel like I'm losing my balance at night. No rail. I always feel like I'm missing a step. Ooh, you better have a railing, because that happened to me. I have dark wood on my floors, and at night, it's hard to see the next step from the other. And now I haven't counted, so I know how many, but at the time, I overstepped, and I missed a step. So when I went down, I fell, and I was holding Bella, my other dog, And I didn't want her to get hurt, so I turned, and when I turned so she would fall on me instead of me falling on her, I really twisted myself up. Sometimes you use a cane, Florida? Yes, Lynn, my grandmother did. Yes. Well, the fluid, when I went to see what was wrong with my knee in the beginning years ago, he said that fluid is in there to help with the torn meniscus, okay? Because what it does, it's nature's way of buffering. Everything starts to go to that area where something isn't right and to buffer it. So that's why I know that I have a meniscus tear on the other one now too. But I don't want to get surgery on the one I've already had surgery on if I can avoid it, because a lot of times this will dissipate. It'll go away after time. It's just, well, to be honest, I think that the dancing that I did at my party, I don't think it helped, but I was not going to miss that. I'm sorry. I would not miss that. That was too important to me. And I knew going into, I thought, you know what, I'm going to pay the price for this. I just know it. And I probably am paying the price for it, but so be it. You know, I don't know about vitamins, Pussycat. I don't know. I do take a prescription vitamin D. It's a very strong vitamin D for the bones, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked into that part, to be honest. Yeah, that's true, Jenny. I did. I know I aggravated it. I know I did. He's going to be out in 9 months? Good grief. Yeah. So yeah, it's just, it's one, I don't know. It just seems like when I hit 68, that's when the arthritis in my hands really started getting bad. I never had problems in my hands. Never. But I do remember my grandmother, I remember distinctly because she used to crochet. She used to crochet a lot, and she would crochet with that little tiny needle. You know, the little skinny one that you make, like you use the crochet thread, that real thin thread. Well, she would make all kinds of really pretty pot holders out of that and doilies. Anyway, I used to remember her saying, oh, my hands, they ache like a toothache. I always remember her saying that. My hands ache like a toothache. And I kept thinking, what do you mean they ache like a toothache? Hello. Now I know exactly what she was saying. But yeah, when I hit 68, that's when the arthritis, I really started noticing it in my hands. And then in my knee, that's when my first surgery on my knee was 13 years ago, because I had the surgery right after London, my grandson was born, and he's 13 now. Oh, I know, Pussycat, to do it all over again. What's wrong with Lisa D? I haven't texted her probably in a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Get the horse ointment. Oh, is that the one that gets hot, Jenny? I think I saw something on Amazon about that. Well, you know what I have on my knee right now is I got a salon pass. You know, those things that you can put on your back if your back hurts and they heat up. They have Capsaicin in them. Yeah. My grandmother had one of those melted wax things you put on her hands. Yes, I have that. It helps while you're using it, It really does. But once you're done using it, after a couple hours, for me, it sometimes would start up again. She has bad health problems, sleeping all the time. Oh, I know. God love her. Tiger Balm. Yes, I've used a lot of Tiger Balm. You know, I'll try that horse because it's when I was looking for that massager so I could massage my legs, and the oil to use, you know, so you're not massaging on just your skin so it doesn't irritate your skin. But I did see that about the horse. I did. So I should get that, huh? Because I was going to get the magnesium cream, because the magnesium cream is supposed to help with muscle spasms and muscle aches. But do you think the horse, whatever, because I do remember seeing the horse on the picture, but do you think that would work better than the magnesium? I do have Tiger Balm, and I have used it. Right now I have a Salon Pass on my knee. When are you going live again, Florida? I had made sauce and I made meatballs today. I was going to make them last night and I just couldn't do it. I was too tired, so I did it today. The pharmacies sell other brands that jumped on the bandwagon, so look up the actual brand for horses. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll try anything. And I have a plethora of knee braces and hand braces because towards the end, working at Hobby Lobby, when I used to, you know, because I cut fabric a lot. Well, when your hands are hurting like that, oh man, I used to dread it. And so I had, and I still have them, like the hand, they're the soft brace. It's not a hard brace, it's a soft brace, but it has cushion in it. And I have different knee braces. But the thing is, the knee braces, sometimes they hurt my knee. I mean, they hurt. So sometimes I got to take it off. Dandy's going live tonight? Okay. Don't give what Diddy gave. You know I don't, Jenny. What are the names of some of the anti-inflammatory? I taken a leave, but that's over the counter. As a matter of fact, I just took one a little bit ago. So I should drink lots of water so the joints don't dehydrate. So what are some names of anti-inflammatory? Yeah, I don't know that much about magnesium either. I just was reading that they do have creams out there, magnesium for legs, for cramps and stuff in your legs. But I'll try that horse. I can envision it in my mind because I remember looking at it and I remember hitting on it. Because what I do on Amazon, I'll hit things and then I'll put to save later so I don't forget about them. So if I want them, I can scroll back and see. So I know I have it. But I'll look at the one that's made for horses. Do they have that on Amazon? Okay, I have, actually Muppet sent me some of that, the Volter, and it does to a degree. And she got me another one too. She got me two different kinds. That one And I think the other one starts with a B, I think. And I put that on my hands. I think it starts with a B. Because one's in an orange and white tube and the other one's in a green one. Tomatoes and olive oil, nuts. Tomatoes, olive oil, nuts, fish help too. Well, I use a lot of olive oil and I eat a lot of tomato. Prescription anti-inflammatory drugs are often non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, such as Volatrin, that's that one that we were talking about, naproxen. I could never be a doctor because I can't pronounce half of these. Diclofenac, Celebrex. I've heard of Celebrex. Naproxen, I've heard of that. Well, thank you, Jenny. Yeah, maybe I need anti-inflammatory. Make sure to let us know when you go live again, Flor. Probably because you were working. Now you don't, maybe that made it worse. Well, I know, oh my gosh. Before I had my surgery, I was at work. Was that after surgery? No, I think that was after surgery. It was after. And I was on my feet so much that one night my knee swelled up so bad that one of the girls I work with could see how swollen it was through my pants. That's how swollen it was. Being on my feet, there's no way I could do that again. No way. No, just the thought of it makes me want to throw up. You know what I mean? Oh, really? Oh, I will. It will be soon, so we can start. Oh, I know. We got to start the All Hallows Eve shows. Get ready with your stories, guys. Someone in the chat suggested, I think it was camphor oil, and others suggested frankincense. Did I, for some reason, I think I tried frankincense. I do, Pussycat. The ones that have a little bit of cushion. If that's what you're talking about, I do. So you know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping that maybe the dancing is what caused the other leg to act up. I mean, I knew I was gonna, a day or two later, I was gonna pay the price with the knee that I had the surgery on, because it had been giving me problems the night before the party. And so I knew that was a given, but I didn't know it was going to be the other knee too. I know, and you know what, Pussycat? I almost did do every dance. As a matter of fact, there were so many people there that, I had to go around talking to everyone, because, you have to go around to talk to people, right? So every time another song would come on, I'd go, come on, do you want to go to the dance floor with me? I said, if not, I'll be back. Well, the songs kept coming, so I kept dancing. So a lot of them would come to the dance floor. But yeah, I probably almost did dance every dance. Oh, I know, JC Ray, it's going to be good. Hi, Yuda. How are you? How you doing? What have you been doing, Yuda? What time is it over? You're in England, right? Yeah, we got to get those stories started. That'll be fun. I can't remember. There was someone else. Oh, I know who it was. It was Ozzy. I was watching a rerun of their podcast when he was still alive, and they were talking about Halloween. It was their Halloween special, and they were talking about stories that they had lived, you know. Oh, it's 8 p.m. Okay. You're good. You're coming home from work. So yeah, everyone's getting into well, you figure it's the second week of October, right? Can you believe it's the second week, you guys? I can't believe Christmas is going to be in 2.5 months. Crazy. And Ozzy, for anyone that likes Ozzy, I didn't know, but his new book's coming out, Last Rites, and he had just finished it before he passed. Just finished it before he passed. And then his new, there was a documentary last night. It was on YouTube, and the name of it is Coming Home. That's the name of it. I don't know if I sent it to you or not, Florida. I think I sent it to my boys. I can't remember if I sent it to you or not. But anyway, but his other documentary is on tomorrow night. And I don't know the name of it, but it's on Paramount Plus. And I believe Sharon talks in it since his passing on this one. But you know what? They need to do a movie about him. I mean, because he had quite the life. And they had they really did have a true love story. When you really look back at all they went through, I mean, when you think about it, there was betrayal. There was, everything that you can imagine. And yet they still stayed together through it all. And in the end, loved each other immensely. Oh, she's terribly skinny, but she doesn't want to be skinny. And she blames the shots that she took on that. She openly says it. I'll look out Saturday and Sunday on my end. Jenny wants to know when you'll go live, Florida. YouTube's messing with her notifications. What was I going to say? It was an unknown caller. I just had to hang up. Oh, shoot. What was I going to say about that? Oh, She has openly admitted that she blames the shots that she took to lose the weight as to why she's not able to gain any back, because she doesn't even like as skinny as she is. And Ozzy didn't like her being that thin. And she said, I can't gain anything back now at all, because it not only left her body thin, her whole face, I mean, everything. And they call it, and they really do call it this, Ozempic face. And I never really thought about it too much until I started looking at other celebrities like, what's his name? Oh, the Kardashians. The one that was with, not Chloe. I can't remember which one now. But anyway, the one that, Scott, the one, him, he took the shots. I could not believe how old he looked after taking those shots. He lost a lot of weight, but I'm telling you, his face was so gaunt. It was pathetic. I mean, and I kept thinking, why in the world does it do that to them? So I was reading, and they said that what happens is the muscles, especially when you lose it so fast, what the shots do is you lose muscle mass as well. And that's not what you want to lose, because muscle, in the end, is what will help burn fat, right? Well, when you start losing all that muscle, and for some reason, the muscles in the face really take a hit on it. And that's what causes them to look that way. And so then I started looking at other people, and I thought, oh my gosh, that really is a thing. I didn't realize, but it really is. So is Florida saying she's going on the weekend? Is that what you're saying, Florida? Because I think I missed it. Yes, and it can cause hair loss. Now, Sharon, I don't think ever had to worry too much about that. She had one head of hair, boy. She's got some thick hair. But now that you mention it, her hair did look thinner than it normally did. But she had a lot of hair. Okay, so you're going to go on Friday or Saturday. Okay. Can you hear who? Anyone that hasn't hit the like, please hit it so it goes my algorithm. Or hit that height button. I don't quite really know exactly what that is, but it's supposed to help. It's supposed to help with something. But yeah, that's all I know, guys. I just thought I'd come on and see what everybody was doing. I haven't been on for a few days, but I'm just going to film a little bit of the house. I already did laundry, so I got that done. You have to do a teeny shot, lose slowly. They do it too fast. Most people do the teeny, not Ozempic. That's bad for hair. Mounjaro slowly is the one now. Yeah, and that's what I've heard. You have to do it slow, because if you don't, a lot of stuff can happen. I don't know how slow Sharon did it. I don't know. But boy, I'll tell you what, it aged her. Because I always thought Sharon was really pretty, especially when she was on The View, which I don't like The View anymore, but She was so pretty there. Oh my gosh, I thought she was so pretty. And now she's aged so much. God bless her. The hype thing is weird. Sometimes it's there when you go to comment, and sometimes it's not. Yeah, it's usually that one when you slide over after the person's done on their live, and then you swipe over and it has the hype. I don't quite understand all of it yet, but I know it's free and it helps the creator. Hi, Lori. How are you? I'm just getting ready to get off. I wanted to say hi. Florida's going to go live this weekend, and we're going to tell some stories. I'm also going to tell some stories on my channel closer to Halloween. And these are real. These are real stories that I'll tell you. How are you doing, Lori? Are you having a good day, Lori? All right, guys, I'm gonna go, and I'll be back. I like I say, just hopefully you'll get the. Well, YouTube will let you know when I do, and I just never know when I'm going to. Oh, good. I'm glad. Hi, Sherry D. Thank you. You too, Jenny. Thanks for the info. Sherry, I hope you're doing well. All right, guys, I'll be back at some point, and I'll be talking to you. Take care. Have a good rest of the day or night or morning, whatever you're at. And remember, the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever forget that. There's only one you, and you bring something to this world nobody else can. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye.